Today on Judge Porter.
He would come to my office hours, and I was fine with that. Everything was fine at first. He was talkative, he was warm, but then he would start asking me questions like, "What do you do for fun?"
And I'm sorry. What now?
He said that I should come out with him sometime.
Like on a date?
Yes. And I told him, no, look, you are my student. He claims that I was giving him favors in more ways than just the answers to the questions.
Hello, everyone. We're here for case number 9102, James Donovan versus Abigail Murphy. Mr. Donovan, Miss Murphy, if you can please come to the podium. I'm assuming you're not Mr. Donovan, you're Miss Murphy.
I'm Miss Murphy. I'm Professor Murphy. Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Mr. Donovan, is there a Mr. Donovan here?
He's not here, Judge.
Okay. I know that it's weird because he's the one that requested this, but okay. Miss Murphy, ma'am, I don't have him here, so can you tell me what's going on here?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I'm here, as you said, because Mr. Donovan put this case forward. I'm here to defend my reputation, Judge.
Okay, who is Mr. Donovan?
He's one of my students. I'm a professor at Mango Park Community College, Judge.
Okay. What's, to the best of your knowledge, why, it's very frustrating that he's not here. So just tell me what's going on to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor, certainly. I'm a professor. I've been a professor. I'm an educator. I've been a professor for 22 years at the community college. I was offered a position at an Ivy League university, but I wanted to be local, and I wanted to help students and build confidence into students and help them understand principles of math and help them to build their own confidence and their own voice.
So did you say math?
Yes.
You're a math teacher, okay.
I'm a math teacher, Judge.
I mean professor, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the disrespect.
It's okay, Judge. A lot of people don't call me professor anymore because
Why?
of all of this. Because this young man, he accused me of feeding him answers to test questions, to my final exam. And I never did that. I helped him. I tutored him during the semester. He made himself available to office hours, and that's why I'm there. I live for moments where I can help students understand things that they never thought they would understand. He would come to my office hours, and I was fine with that. Everything was fine at first. He was talkative, he was warm, he was chatty. I would help him with the knowledge, build him from knowledge, but then he would start asking me questions like, "What do you do for fun?" And
I'm sorry. What now?
He was asking me. He called me beautiful one day. He asked me what I like to do for fun. Anytime he came around my door, he would bring me snacks. I got to the place where I quickly realized I had to leave my door open. I wanted to make sure that my fellow professors were close by, those who had offices close by. I wanted to make sure it didn't. I needed there to be no appearance of impropriety. So he would come, and when he would start to, ask these questions, I just felt so uncomfortable, and they seemed so inappropriate. So
I'm sorry to cut you off, ma'am, but and I hate to get into this because I can see it makes you feel uncomfortable, but exactly what did he say to make you feel this way, if to the best of your recollection?
Well, he was always calling me beautiful. He asked me to take off my glasses, told me they were too big. He said that I should come out with him sometime.
Like on a date?
Yes. And I told him, no, look, you are my student. I cannot have it even appear that, the things that I'm doing in my professional capacity are somehow like blending in with my personal life. I told him, I just don't live like that. He said, well, I'm an adult, you an adult. And I said to him, no, young man, no. You know, for a bunch of reasons. I'm older than you. God knows I'm old enough to be your mother. So before I knew it, I had to, you know, start to, you know, reject his advances in a professional way. I wouldn't let him, you know, give me gifts and, you know, the flowers. And I just had to say very tactfully, listen, thank you so much, but how can I help you with the coursework? You know?
How did he do with the coursework after you rejected his advances?
Well, first of all, his tone changed, his demeanor changed. His coursework, because I helped him understand how to approach the coursework, he was doing okay in my exams. He wasn't failing them, he was doing okay. But there was one exam he missed. And it was right around the middle of the semester, around fall break. So we only meet once a week, this class. So he already wasn't supposed to come to class 1 week because we had spring break, but he missed the test. And I thought it was peculiar that he didn't come to the test, but I didn't reach out because, again, I'm not trying to, you know, make it look like I'm giving this student more attention. He's an adult. He had made that clear. So I figured he could handle himself, but I never heard from him. And so next 2 weeks go by, and he sends an email to me saying he had been in a car accident. He said he was okay. I said, are you okay? That's my priority. Are you all right? He said, yes. I said, okay. So he said, yeah, I was in an accident, you know, on the day of your test, and I didn't make it. So something said to me, let me find out, ask him a question about this accident. So I asked him where it happened, and I asked him the name of the police officer in Mango Park that responded to the scene. Mm-hmm. I know how the police department works, and I wasn't trying to put together an inquisition, but I figured let me just confirm, because Judge Porter, as much as I have a heart for my students, I know that oftentimes students, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. I said, was it a serious accident with lots of damage, or would you classify it as a fender bender? She said, no, ma'am, I would classify it as a fender bender. What time did this take place? She said 4:45 p.m. I said, thank you so much. No, I don't need to know anything else. Now, my exam, Judge Porter, I administered that at 4 p.m. that day. So this accident happened after my exam took place. He had no reason not to show up, and he certainly had no reason to just take 2 weeks to get back to me. I've had other students. One student I had years ago was in a motorcycle accident. And because I have a policy, and I tell my students at the beginning of the semester, I don't do situations. That's my policy. And they look at me funny, and I explain. I say, listen, I know all of you all have about 5 or 6 grandmothers. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but you kill each one of them off every single semester. Every single semester, another grandmother dies, but I'm not an idiot. So I tell them I need proof. I need you to be related if there's a death, and I need an obituary or something. So I need to know proof.
So Professor Murphy, I'm assuming that Mr. Donovan did not provide anything to justify him missing this test.
No, Your Honor, he did not.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go back. Did you make contact with the dean of the department to let them know of the advancements that Mr. Donovan was making towards you?
No, Your Honor. I must admit, I didn't.
All right, it's okay, ma'am. It's okay.
I just tried to take care of it myself. I figured, you know, if I was professional, and I don't change the way I am.
What allegations did he make against you?
So he claimed that come the final exam, which he performed well on, but he claimed that I had given him answers ahead of time, that I told him.
Who did he report that
He
information
reported
to?
that to the university. So
Okay.
I've been put on leave without pay.
Without?
Speaking of the dean, I have had no contact with the dean, no contact with the administration, no contact with my peers. I used to have a great reputation.
Well, that sounds a bit harsh for a he say, she say situation. Mr. Donovan says that you provided these answers to this test.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just curious, how were you, like I say, he's not here, how does he say that you did this?
I mean, he says that I gave him specific answers to specific questions.
What did he say? That you sent him a text? That you gave him a hard
No,
copy?
he says that I gave him that in like during my office hours.
Okay.
You know, but you know,
So why how many students are in this particular math class?
I have 25 students.
25 students. So why does the university feel that you would exclude him for this special privilege that you give him the answers to the test? Is he a football player, a basketball player, or, you know, because I know sometimes, you know, there's allegations
Right.
that the teachers help the students out when they're an athlete or whatever. Is he one of those?
I mean, Judge, he claims that I was giving him favors in more ways than just the answers to the questions.
So what you're saying, ma'am, is that he's saying that, or we can make an assumption that he spoke to some personnel at the university and said that the reason that she gave me the answers to the test is because me and her are involved
in a relationship. Yes, you are. Which is the farthest thing from the truth.
Did they ask you about, are you in a relationship with Mr. Donovan?
I mean, yes, but they didn't, you know, they didn't make inquiries about how he's been carrying himself towards me, how I've told my neighbors,
But they ask you, are you in a relationship with him?
Yes or no. That's all they asked.
Yes or no.
And that's all they asked.
And obviously you said no.
Yes, that's correct.
I see where the issue is, because there's a saying that I have. It's not what it is, it's what it looks like.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, sometimes what people do or institutions do to shield themselves from a certain look, they will take an action to protect themselves until an investigation is completed. In this case, because I got to admit, being dismissed without pay while they do their investigation, that seemed incredibly harsh, because this is a he say, she say situation. You know, if my bailiff were to say, you know what, Judge Porter slapped me on my butt and he does it every day and I feel a certain kind of way, it's my word against his. Can I be removed from the bench from that? Would that be fair? Of course not. That would be absurd. And what has happened to you is also absurd. And I understand that this student is saying, yeah, this happened, but they didn't present any evidence to you that says, hey, we got proof that this and this, we got video, we got whatever.
And they certainly never asked any of my colleagues, any of my neighbors, because I did make a point to, flag the fact that I've got a student who seems to be attracted to me. He seems to be coming on to me.
Did the flowers come to your office or did they come to the desk?
He brought them.
He brought them.
He brought them to my office hours, Your Honor. And I had to decline them. I told my neighbor that.
When he walked out so he came to your office with the flowers. He left with the flowers.
He left with the flowers.
I'm assuming you guys have cameras all over that institution.
Well, I mean, it's a community college, Judge. We don't have a lot of resources, so.
Okay, all right.
And all I have done is try to defend myself. I came with all of this paperwork. I presented everything I could to the university, and Your Honor, I have nothing. I have nothing. They have literally he has destroyed my reputation. He has absolutely no intention of being here today.
He's
and I
not
know that,
here.
Your Honor,
he's not
because
here to tell his side of the story.
He left me a message, Judge, Your Honor, though, this morning, and I wanted to bring that to the court's attention.
What message?
So it's just this morning. I just wanted to let the court know he's not coming. He left me a voice message.
Is it a voice or a text message?
It's a voice message, Judge.
Do you have the capability of doing where you can see the text from a voice message? Does your phone do that? Or
no, Your Honor, but I can give it to you so you can play it if you would like.
Okay. May I approach? You may approach.
If you just hit the play, Your Honor.
Hit play.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn it up. Here we go.
Professor Abigail Baker, good morning. Oh, I should say former professor. So today's the day, big day in court. Just wanted to let you know I'm not going to be there. Although I'd love to see you. Hope you learned your lesson. Should have accepted the snack I brought for you. Should have accepted my flowers. Let me take you out. You would have enjoyed it. You should never have given me a 0 on that test. You messed up my GPA. And in exchange, I messed up your life. That's how I get even. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Thank you,
Ma'am.
Judge.
Here you go.
Thank you.
This is what we're going to do. Whatever he brought into this courtroom, since he's not here, I'm going to dismiss it. It's going to be dismissed. That's the first thing we're going to do.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm going to get in contact with the president of the university. I need you to send, I'm going to give you a number. I need you to send that recording to the number. I'm going to get in contact with the president. I am going to play that with the president. Okay. Third thing we're going to do is I'm going to issue you a restraining order.
Thank you.
Okay. From Mr. Donovan. All right. The fourth thing we're going to do is, because he's not here, I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And then when he's in court, he can explain to us what that particular voice message was about. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
All right, like I said, this case is dismissed. I'm going to get in contact with the university as soon as this court session is over. Okay, ma'am?
Thank you, Judge. I cannot
Let
thank
me
you
ask you a
enough.
question. Are you all right?
Judge,
All things considered.
I mean, all things considered.
Because you look terrified right now.
All things considered, no. I have no reputation. All I have as a professor is a reputation.
Right now,
my students-
ma'am, listen to me. Listen to me what I'm saying. Right now, I'm not concerned about the reputation part. I'm concerned about your safety.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about, because that voice message was very disturbing to me. How are you feeling, ma'am?
I don't feel safe. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him because I haven't been at school. I don't even know if he goes to school.
Okay.
Claims I ruined his GPA.
Don't worry. We will get that restraining order in effect, and finding him probably won't be a problem. We'll just go through records or whatever.
All right,
But
Judge.
like I said, I understand your reputation is tarnished. Like I said, I'll talk to the president. Maybe we can get that polished back up. But my main concern is your safety.
Yes,
All
Your Honor,
right.
mine too.
You
I
have somebody
appreciate it.
here that can take you home, or you got here by yourself?
I came here by myself.
Okay. When court is over, I want you to wait here. I'll get in contact with an officer from Mango Park and have him escort you home. Okay.
All right, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank
This
you.
is dismissed, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just so grateful. I feel like I came here today and nobody has talked to me. Nobody has helped me understand where I am in this whole process. This has been an absolute nightmare, and I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know what he was going to say, but when I got that voicemail message this morning, it was so creepy, and I knew that was going to help me, but still, I knew what I needed today was Judge Porter to see that I'm not a bad person, that I'm a good teacher. That's all I've ever wanted to be, and I hope that the university, the college where I work is going to see that now.